Hi, this is Sakina Kazmi, your digital gal, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can create a digital form for your local business. It can be a hospital, a spa, just like this, and a patient registration form like this, or it can be any local business where you are using a manual paper form for registration of your clients. So let's get started. I'm going to create a form from scratch so you can see how you can create. In this particular example, I'm going to create a patient entry form, and because recently I also created this for a local business as a kind gesture, because they really support their patients, the deserving patients. For yeah, so I'm gonna remove all these information for now, but we can add these later. So by default we have this standard information. So let's see, we need hospital name, hospital address, contact number, email address, date of registration. So for the text, let's add the text field in the top, where you can add hospital information like healthcare clinic. It's not a heading. You can even add a logo for the hospital. And then we need the date, registration date. Let's find date field. Okay, so for this form, because we are creating a custom entry form, that's why we have to create um, custom fields as well. If you don't find any field here, you can also create custom fields. But I found this date picker, so I'm gonna add here, and the name would be registration date or entry date. Then we have full name of the patient information. I'm gonna add a label first, so we know that we have category for each information. And I'm going to, okay, this is the patient information. Then we have first name, patient last name, date of birth, gender. We don't, we have the date of birth here. Yeah. Make sure that all of these fields are required so they don't miss. You can keep any field optional if you are giving them option to leave this empty. Um, okay. So for gender, I'm gonna create a custom field. Male. So we have gender here, then contact number. So that's their contact number, email address. So all the patient information is there. Now we can add the emergency contact information. You can skip this if you don't need these information, but I'm just sharing that you can add as many fields as you want in your entry form. I'm gonna leave the emergency contact information and would like to change it to office use only. That is for office or maybe internal because the doctor might use it. Yeah. And let's add one thing. So I'm going to create one field which is doctor notes. Name and content. So this field will only use if the patient had any comments from doctor after the visit. So this is more advanced where they can add the notes from doctor, and this has to do in the back end, not while doing the registration. So you can skip this part. But you know how to create a form field for the entry purpose. Let's submit and change the background color of the button and save. First, make sure that you rename. It's a patient entry form. This is as simple as possible, but you have a lot of features that you can play around with by selecting themes and everything else. Even you can add a background, a cover image for your hospital logo and whatnot. The same method can be used to create a spa where you can even add client name, services requested. The same way I created the gender field, you can create a radio button to use the services requested and or preferred therapist. But in case you want me to create that, let's go back and create a new one. The best method is I can duplicate this one. Let's name it spa. You can even use these forms for walk-in patients or walk-in clients where you can share the form on the tablet and they can fill it right there. You don't have to manually store the information on a paper or a register. Yeah. Spa appointment form, client name. And you can even add a logo. I'm gonna change the color, more like, and this can be registration date and then If you don't need separate name, you can even use full name field, and we can rename it as client name. We don't need date of birth for spa appointment, but yes, gender is important, phone number, email, and we need services requested. Let's see, we have massages, stone massage, body wraps. So I'm gonna create a radio select, interested in. Stone massage, body wrap. I'm not sure what's that actually. Save, and then the other one was preferred therapist. So if you have any specific therapist, you can even include their name so people can select while booking an appointment. Service interested in. I'm going to remove this, or we can use special notes or special requirements. So that's where you can use. You can even choose a theme from here if you like. Save. So this is how we create a form for local business entry. Now the next step is how you can send them a confirmation email as soon as they book an appointment or do the registration. And also, if you want to get a notification, that we have to do through the automation. So let's go to automation. And for automation, I'm going to actually use only one form as a trigger. Let's go to automation, create from scratch. So in this workflow and automation are the same thing. So sorry if I use different words. In this workflow, we are going to add few actions, one of which would be a notification action for you, a confirmation email for your client, and a tag for us to track leads in the future. Patient entry confirmation plus notification plus tag. So naming the workflow can really help you to see what's happening in that workflow. Let's add the trigger as form submitted. Add filters because we have to select which form. Otherwise, this workflow will be triggered for all the forms you have in the CRM. So we have patient entry form, save trigger. The first thing we are going to do is give it a tag. Tag can be patient form submitted or registration form submitted. The second step would be we will add a notification. Select email. So you want to be notified on email, through SMS, through WhatsApp. So this is new. Add name for your hospital name, or you can see now internal team. From email, this can be left empty. This will automatically capture your account. So here you can add a particular email. For example, I want to be notified to my email hello at subject could be so here you can say, hey, we received registration form, or a patient just submitted a registration form. Here you can add the custom values of the patient full name, email, phone. Hit save. You can publish and save. The second step would be to add a confirmation email. This is actually the email. And because we haven't created the email, so we cannot select any template from here. The first step would be to create an email, which you can see in one of my other video. I'll share the link in the description. Once you create that email, you can select from the template. So for now, I'm gonna just select a random confirmation email and save. Make sure that it's published, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else. Once this is created, you can start submitting the form and start tracking leads. I will show you how to track leads and how to use pipeline opportunities in the next video. I hope this helps. Thank you.